I think one of the most interesting things about our dynamic is that you're like the nicest guy in show business, and I'm pretty much pure evil straight from hell. And yet not only are we friends, but we always have a blast working together.
Yes.
Why do you think that is? And I'll tell you if you're right.
I think I'm not as nice as people think, and you're not as mean as people think. And so we meet somewhere in the middle there.
But you are like, you're nice. Not, I mean like a genuine nice, not a fake showbiz nice.
Thank you. I believe being nice to be a much easier path through life. You know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're rewarded for being mean to people.
I mean, I've made a career out of it, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Big Mouth, your show on Netflix, is so great. What made you want to get into animation?
Couple things. Andrew Goldberg, who's my partner on the show and my best friend from childhood. So I've known him since first grade. And Mark Levin and Jen Flackett, who the four of us created the show, they brought me the idea about me and Andrew going through puberty, and it just it made sense immediately. It just felt, I was like, oh yeah. And then I think also had been doing the League and Kroll show. I was pretty spent physically making those shows, and also like feeling a little weird about my face constantly being recognized as much. And so I think there was a little bit of like, oh, animation might be a good way to be able to make the stuff I want to make, but also not always be like so physically out front on it.
Cool, let's take a look at a clip from the Valentine's Day special on Netflix.
You know what we should do? Flick Nick's nips. Ow! Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, this is fun.
Make them stop!
They don't need to stop. They're having fun at his expense. That's what boys do.
Boys are assholes.
Guys, stop! Why are you being so mean to me?
You're having a really bad day.
Nick, we were just joking around.
Yeah, you're acting like a chick.
I'm not acting like a chick.
He's just a boy with breasts.
Great stuff, Nick.
Thank you, Anthony.
Great stuff. Why do you think you're so obsessed with kids going through puberty? Is it something you can't control?
I think it was partly like I hit puberty late, and I think it really fucked me up. I think like being a late developer, being any point, puberty just kind of is such a seminal. What's so funny to you right now?
The idea of you hitting puberty in college.
Yeah. Like sophomore year, like all of a sudden being like, what is this zit on my face? Wake up, be in class with a boner.
College sounded like a blast.
Yeah, college was fun. Honestly, I think puberty is just such a rough time. You feel so alone when you're going through it that having a show and now there's a few shows that are sort of all like talking about this stuff, like Pen 15 and Sex Education and a few other shows that are doing a good job of talking about this stuff. And it's just, I think it's because it's fruitful. It's just like there's stakes to it all, you know?
So to sum up, it's cool and not at all weird that you make this show.
Yeah.
And the show itself is so dense with jokes. Every line is a joke, which is different from, the Kroll show or your act. Was that, you have jokes, but these character pieces where you're building to something, where this is just like rapid fire, almost like Airplane or Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Did that come naturally as you were writing it?
I think that's the beauty of animation is you just keep getting to pile jokes on stuff, and there's so many ways to tell jokes just physically laying out a scene that is harder to do in live action. And you keep getting to like polish animation, so like we can add another joke on top of that, we can call back that, and it's a much more, just you're able to keep adding and polishing in a way.
Nick, what was the theme of your bar mitzvah?
I had a world theme.
Who cares?
Nick, you do both stand-up and improv. It's so rare for people to be good at both. How do you come so close to pulling it off?
Oh, man. I do believe I straddle. There are so many times where I feel like it's a larger thing in my life where I'm like, ooh, why do I straddle both? Like, why do I dip my toe into improv and then I'll do improv shows and be like, fuck, man, I wish I were more like, that muscle was warmer, And the same with stand-up, where I'm like, oh, I just can't fully commit to like fully jumping in and engaging it. But also, who fucking cares? You know? Who cares about any of this?
Not me. I just wanted to kind of slam you in a question.
Yeah, I figured.